Writers' strikes frequently occur when the Writers Guild of America, WGA, negotiates for better wages and working conditions for writers working in the entertainment industry. The writers' strike is typically caused by disagreements between the writers and the studios over issues such as wages, residual payments, and health care. Without a writers' strike, the producers and directors would have much more creative control and the negotiations for pay would be tougher for writers. The strike typically begins when the WGA sets a deadline for negotiations with the studios, which they are legally required to do. The strike usually lasts some weeks or months, depending on the amount of demands made by the WGA. The writers' strike is often complicated by the fact that producers and directors have the power to hire and fire writers, which can significantly reduce the negotiating power of the WGA. During the strike, writers are prohibited from working, except with special permission, and scripts that are currently in production may also be stopped in order to prevent the producers from profiting from the strike. The writers' strike is a way for writers to negotiate for better pay and working conditions, as they are the main creative force behind a film or television show. The strike also gives writers the opportunity to negotiate for residual payments, which can help writers maintain a steady income even after the show or movie has stopped airing. During the negotiation process, the WGA and the studios will also discuss issues such as health care, which can help the writers maintain their health while they work in the entertainment industry. The writers' strike also gives the WGA the chance to determine exactly which shows they want to be associated with, as some shows may be seen as more valuable to the WGA than others. While the strike is typically beneficial to writers, it can also be damaging to the entertainment industry as a whole, as writers are required to stop producing scripts during the strike. As negotiations drag on, the strike can also have consequences on the people who rely on the entertainment industry for jobs, such as crew members and actors. The writers' strike can also hurt the consumer, as many television shows and movies will be put on hold due to the lack of scripts being written during the strike. Ultimately, the writers' strike is necessary for writers to negotiate for better wages and working conditions, as well as other benefits such as residual payments and health care. Without a writers' strike, the power would remain largely with the studios and the writers would have very little leverage in their negotiations. The WGA must remain as united as possible in order for the strike to succeed, as the more writers who participate in the strike, the more effective it will be. The writers' strike is also beneficial to the industry as a whole, as it can help to keep the entertainment industry operating on a level playing field. Writers are vital to the success of any movie or television show, and without their involvement, the quality of the shows and movies would suffer greatly. The writers' strike is also a way for writers to ensure that their work is properly compensated, as they often work extremely hard to produce quality scripts. Without the writers' strike, the producers and directors would have too much control over the creative process and the writers would be at a huge disadvantage. The strike is also beneficial for the actors, as they are usually the ones who benefit from the better pay and working conditions that the writers' strike helps to negotiate. The writers' strike is also beneficial for the fans, as it ensures that the writers are getting the due compensation they deserve for the excellent work they produce. Ultimately, the writers' strike is a necessary evil, as it strives to create a fair and balanced working environment for the writers who create the entertainment we enjoy. Without the writers' strike, writers would be at the mercy of the producers and directors, and the quality of the films and television shows produced would suffer significantly.